lineups. Sam Houston has had 14 different starting lineups this year. 12 different Bearcats have started at least one each. Tanner Morgan jumping it up for the Bears against Chris Galbraith. Sam Houston, not a big team. Northern Colorado has some shooting and size advantages on them. Underway here in semifinal number 2, Jordan Davis off to Radabon. Now Davis for 3, and that's good.
Davis shoots a high percentage from behind in the two-point land, but not very high behind 3, although he knocked that one down. Only 24% behind the 3-point line.
John Dewey, an excellent point guard for the Bearcats, running the offense. Cameron Delaney off to his brother, Josh. The Delaney's have been pressed into service here in the starting lineup recently. And a foul, a reach-in against the Bearcats' Galbraith, and that Bears watching their leading scorer.
Well, Sam Houston likes to play sticky man-to-man. They really collapse on the penetration. That leaves Davis wide open. Got his feet set, knocked it down with good form.
Had a triple-double recently. Had 21 in his last game at San Diego in the quarterfinals of this CIT. Third CIT appearance for Northern Colorado, and the fourth for Sam Houston State veterans in this tournament. The furthest either of these schools has gotten in the CIT.
Well, both teams like to play that sticky man-to-man defense, and you can see kind of some of the nerves a little bit early turnovers, but they'll get calmed down. And like I said, I expect the game really up and down, back and forth. Put a lot of points on the board.
Dewey beating the post. That's Galbraith. Fight for the rebound, and Tanner Morgan comes away with it. Jordan Davis, the orchestrator, off to Radabon, the sophomore. The Bears are a veteran team under Jeff Linder. He is a second-year coach and has turned this thing around. Radabon for 3.
And again, they're looking to get those threes in the air. They don't run a lot of set plays, but they open up the floor, give each individual an opportunity to create, and then just read the defense.
316 threes, by far the school record for a single season. Off of Morgan, out of bounds to Sam Houston State.
Yeah, past that single season mark by about 63s right now.
And Kyle, we talked to the coaching staff before this ball game for Northern Colorado. They're into the analytics, and they want to shoot a lot of threes and prevent Sam Houston from shooting threes. They're basically the best in the country doing that, forcing two-point shots like that from Dewey. And rebounded by Jalen Sanders, the freshman, and he's fouled.
Jeff Weiner, he really took a lot of pride in that, their defense on the three-point line. Also an interesting stat I hadn't really heard discussed before, the fact that they give up the fewest amount of baskets off of assists by their opponents, which is kind of interesting.
That's hard to do.
Yeah. I guess that means all 5 guys are playing good defense, not just one.
Radabon. Morgan. And stripped by Cameron Delaney, the junior. Jason Hooten in his 8th year. 158 wins with Sam Houston State. 3rd all-time in their illustrious history. Men's basketball founded in 1914 for the Bearcats out of Huntsville, Texas.
20-win seasons for the last 5 years. There you see Spike. Doesn't always look like a good shot, but the coach has complete confidence in him, and he knocks those things down.
The aforementioned Coach Hooten wants time of Northern Colorado up 9-0, 3 for 3 from downtown, and that is what they do. They average almost 9 threes per game, allow only about 4.5 threes per game. And Kyle, you and I were actually shooting around on the court before the ball game today, and you like the rims.
Shooter's rims for sure. I mean, they look big visually. They're very soft. If you don't get it right in the middle, it'll bounce around and stick around and go in for the most part. So from a shooter's perspective, you like to play on a court like this, where you feel like every shot you put up there is going in the basket.
Dewey with the dish, but Josh Boutte not able to convert. Dewey's 3 is good.
Dewey just sticking with it. That's what he brings to this team from the point guard position, that toughness of being a city kid from the Bronx, New York.
Davis finds a man. Easy layup for Jalen Sanders.
Again, Northern Colorado does an excellent job of penetrating and then just reading the defense. That time, 2 or 3 players collapsed to the ball. He was willing to give it up, got the easy basket.
Sanders, a good local again out of Denver for Jeff Linder. Off-balance shot from Dewey won't go, but Bearcats cleaning up the glass. Josh Boutte.
Boutte was out early in the season, and then he came back about halfway through, and that's when they really started to make their run. Just that experience he brings in on the boards, crashes the offensive glass. It's 6'6", 225.
He's an interesting story. Oldest player in Division I, 26 years of age, Josh Boutte. Sanders again.
The Bears really sharing the basketball.
Up by 8, perfect from the field. 4 minutes gone by, first half. The winner gets Illinois, Chicago. And off the leg of Josh Delaney. 15:53 left in the first half. Northern Colorado defending their home court nicely this year when making at least 9 3-pointers, and they are 3 for 3 from downtown thus far. Along with Kyle Macy, Dave Popkin with you. CIT semifinal number 2. First ever meeting between the Bears and the Bearcats.
And as you watch the picture there on your screen, just look at the spacing, how that open, the middle of the floor is so open. It gives players opportunities to do some things and read. If their man leaves them, then they do a good job of cutting the basket. Right with the soft touch there, a little backup move.
There was that soft rim that we talked about in action. Largest lead for the Bears. Galbraith always looking to go. Somebody got a piece. It was Morgan, but another second chance bucket. All 7 of the Bearcats' points have come via second chance.
Well, this Sam Houston State team, they're going to battle. They're just to get off to a kind of a slow start, but you know that their history and the job the coach does, that they're going to show up here, just kind of take them a while to get going here early.
Radabaw's 3 is good. They are 4 for 4 from downtown. 18-7 is the lead.
Radabaugh shooting 43% from behind the three-point line on the year. He gets a lot of wide open looks because of Jordan, despite the other wing spots, but no more for his defensive play, showing the offense tonight.
DeJuan Jones off the bench now for the Bearcats. That's him with the basketball, being checked by Spite. Jamal Williams also in there. Galbraith off the mark, and they come over the back on the rebound. Yes. The countdown to the Final Four has begun, and CBS Sports Network is live from San Antonio, ready to talk all things NCAA tournament, as college hoops experts bring you up-to-the-minute reactions and analysis. Don't miss NCAA March Madness 360, presented by Infinity, Friday at noon on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. 11-point lead for Northern Colorado. Andre Spite rejected by Dewey. The runner goes for Jamal Williams, a senior from Houston.
And that started with an excellent defense by John Dewey. Just stripped the ball right out of Spite's hand. Started that fast break the other way.
Radabaugh, backcourt violation. Third early turnover for the Bears. Jeff Linder was an assistant at San Francisco, at Boise State, at Weber. But a local product, plays high school ball in Lafayette, Colorado. Sam Houston, a notoriously slow starting team as Jones misses. Rebounded by Anthony Johnson. They are plus 121 points in the second half this year. And we've seen that in the CIT as well, an offensive foul against the Bears.
They take a lot of pride in their defense, so they may have some stretches where the opponents are scoring on it, but here you see Anthony Johnson just driving that right hand, extends that right arm. Anytime you do that, you're going to get the call against you for the most part. But he is a very physical guard. But Sam Houston, I mean, they'll continue to battle. They'll make some adjustments at halftime, whatever, like they did the last game. They were down. They even got down by 12 in the second half, but still managed to come back and win. So, you know, their pride they have in their program. They're going to continue to battle.
Galbraith gets the roll.
Again, those soft baskets we talked about. Hit the front of the rim, it bounces up and goes on in.
The game Kyle was referring to was at Texas San Antonio. Sam Houston State winning that semifinal, and Sanders with the jam.
Well, right now their defense is just not holding forward, if you will. They're giving too many drives, straight line drives to the basket.
Sanders with 6. Galbraith for 3.
Gets that first one to go. Next time down, nothing but net. Kind of getting in a rhythm now.
Just a 32% shooter from downtown. He has 9 points already here in the first half. Spike fouled, and he hits it. Chance for a 3-point play for Green Light Spike.
You know, Spike, he's the kind of player you really can't stop. But what you hope to do is make him take some difficult shots and shoot a low percentage. But he's got every move in the book. There you see a little head fake, gets the defender off his feet, a little fade away, and the soft touch to fall down through. And then you go to the line, he's a 79% free throw shooter.
Pro scouts have been sniffing around, and why not? This guy has been electric this year, scoring the basketball.
And it's not like he just relies on the three-point shot either. I mean, he gets to the line because he drives to the basket. He's taken 166 free throws during the course of this season, which is number 1 on the team.
Foul was on John Dewey, the junior point guard for Sam Houston State. Very bad news for them. Their second leading scorer, their leading assist man. He has to go to the bench, maybe for a while.
And maybe more importantly, he's their best defender, and he's been on spike. So we'll see if somebody pick up the slack.
Josh Delaney from deep, and he hits the 3.
That's one way to pick up the slack. Step out there and knock down that long 3.
He is a 40% shooter from downtown. Spike. I can do that too. Good answer.
This is what I was talking about. Back and forth, long range. I don't think we really need to worry about that shot clock tonight. I don't think it's going to go off.
Spite is a 41% shooter from downtown. He has 10. Galbraith, no. Second chance, yes.
Yeah, it just keeps battling. He knew where he was going when he missed it. Went right back up and got it. He may be thinking in the back of his mind, you know, if we win this game, we'll be playing UIC, which is hometown of Chicago. We'd like to go against those guys, the Flames.
First miss from the floor by the Bears in the first half. Galbraith with the follow jam.
Somebody better put a body on him. He's got a free run right now.
3 from the corner is good for Chaz Pilata. 6 for 7 from downtown, Northern Colorado.
Pilata shooting 37% from behind the three-point line. Really extends that defense.
11 out of 12 from the field. Incredible shooting for the Bears. Williams can't get it, and it's rebounded by Kai Edwards, a sophomore from the Netherlands. Spike being checked by Josh Delaney. Another turnover, the 5th for Northern Colorado. Wild shot won't fall. And a foul on the rebound against Boutte. Galbraith hitting the glass. He has 13 points to lead all scorers. Sam Houston State hanging around on the road.
To do it on the
It was nice to see Ryan Odom signed an extension with UMBC this week, staying in Baltimore.
Yeah, because a lot of times those mid-major schools, they get the wins, make a run in the tournament, all of a sudden the coach leaves, goes to a bigger school, higher paying job. So nice to see some loyalty there and them rewarding him by giving him a new contract. And Angela does a heck of a job picking out teams well in advance. So it's not like she waited until the tournament to start talking about UMBC and the job that Ryan Odom does.
And they use this tournament as a springboard, some good postseason experience that helped them against Virginia this year. Midway point of the first half, Northern Colorado has been up by 11, now leading by 7. Delaney inside, and the layup goes for Freddie Bitondo, a 6'7" junior from Montreal. Johnson's three, just a second miss from downtown. They're 6 out of 8, and 11 for 13 from the floor. Delaney, Josh Delaney again from 3. And the Bears need time. They have missed only 2 shots in this game. They're shooting 85%, and they lead it by...
State 4 out of 5 from behind the three-point line here early to match Northern Colorado's 6 out of 8. Sometimes when a team gets a lead early, they kind of relax a little bit. They kind of lose that focus. I think that's what we're seeing with Northern Colorado. Things came a little bit easy early, but all of a sudden Sam Houston's got their intensity. Playing a little better defense. Now the ball's starting to fall.
What a shooting team. Chaz Blada drains his second 3. They're 7th in the first half.
They shoot the ball so well from beyond the 3. It really puts you in a bind because if you extend that defense out, then it opens up all those driving lanes.
Bearcats like to do that with a full court pressure. They are a scrappy team. Cameron Delaney pushed. Blada got him. See if Sam Houston State can hang around here as they get their leading scorer, Galbraith, a rest on the bench. He's been a little fatigued down the stretch. And Dewey, the point guard, is back in now with the 2 fouls.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Just be smart out there. You can play with 2 in the first half. Just got to be real smart.
Jamal Williams off to Josh Delaney, and a foul away from the ball. Goes against Bitondo. That's his second foul. Their big man off the bench.
He was in early, and coach got a little upset with him, took him out. Jason Hood did, put him back in, responded with that follow basket a minute ago, but they committed the moving screen on the down screen.
Both teams operating with pretty short benches here late in the year. They basically play 8. Davis off to Sanders. His 3. And Bitondo skies for the rebound. Dewey. Josh Delaney handing off to his brother, and they ran into Davis. See who this foul goes against.
I think Josh Delaney got called on the screen as he was handing off. It's like they both kind of bumped heads. Definitely some contact there. You see just a handoff calling for the moving screen. There have been an emphasis on that this season in college basketball, on that dribble handoff where they turn the body into him or just make the contact on the handoff. Davis.
Stolen. 7 turnovers by the Bears and a foul at midcourt.
UNC fouls on number 20, Tanner Morgan.
It goes against Tanner Morgan. 31-26, Northern Colorado. Hot shooting start for the Bears. 8 minutes left here in the first half. We'll be back with more on the CIT.
Any of the features she does on different players and different teams, she knows what's going on in college basketball, especially the mid-major level.
You can check out Angela Lento's My 5 and much more by visiting collegeinsider.com. Jordan Davis on the move. Radabaugh. The Bears haven't hit the glass much. I guess they haven't needed to. They're shooting 80% from the field. Davis gets his own rebound, and he is fouled on the way up. Paul Sells with the call. It's on Cam Delaney. That is his first.
At the line for 2 shots, number 0.
Good look at Jordan Davis there. Just a real solid player. gets most of his points going to the basket. Like you mentioned, I think in the opening, kind of compared him to Westbrook. Just how physical he is, going strong and using his body strength and bumping into guys, but still the strength enough to finish plays. Only a junior.
Came in 18 points out of 4th all-time at UNC. Couldn't connect from the line. Rebounded by Galbraith, who's having himself a ball game. 13 points, 5 rebounds. He has half his team's points. Dewey, the junior point guard from the Bronx and from Mount St. Joseph's in Vermont. Williams, no. Morgan fought for the rebound. And a foul on the offensive rebound try against the Bearcats. The countdown to the Final Four has begun. And CBS Sports Network is live from San Antonio, ready to talk all things NCAA tournament as college hoops experts bring you up-to-the-minute reactions and analysis. Don't miss NCAA March Madness 360, presented by Infinity, Friday at noon on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Along with former Kentucky star Kyle Macy, Dave Popkin with you in Greeley, Colorado. Inside 7 minutes to go in the first half. The winner of this advances to the CIT final Friday night here on CBS Sports Network against Illinois, Chicago. Josh Delaney way off the mark. And the bracket in the CIT, the Battle of the Flames, and Illinois, Chicago had no problem winning on the road at Liberty earlier tonight. And they're chilling out, waiting to see the result of this. Spike, no, rebounded by Josh Delaney.
Northern Colorado, 12 from 16 from the field, even though they missed that shot, but 0 of 4 from the free throw line. It's like they're too close to the basket. They got to back up behind the three-point line.
They've been hurt by 7 turnovers as well. Williams with the left, and rebounded by Tanner Morgan. Tanner Morgan, one of several redshirt seniors on this team that sat out last year while the Bears had a postseason ban, came back, and they have starred this year, making it to the CIT semi. Dewey fell and stripped by Spite.
And that's one reason you talk about the players sat out last year. One reason it took a while this year for them to kind of get on track. They were playing their best basketball down the stretch as we have a jump ball there. But just to kind of get to know everybody, even though you're practicing with the team when you're sitting out, it's different when you actually put that uniform on and go against the opponents to see how players react, get to know where players like the basketball on the floor at certain times, how good a defensive player they are, how tough they are rebounding. But once they got that figured out, they made a really strong run down the stretch. In fact, the coach kind of thought they were playing as good as anyone in the conference tournament. They just lost a heartbreaker late in the season to Montana.
They did. Montana, the eventual champs, won by 2 in overtime. Northern Colorado was up 6 with 42 seconds left. Couldn't close the deal. But they've been hot. They've won 8 of their last 10 entering this game. Galbraith's 3. Rebounded by Spite. Bearcats have gone over 4 minutes without a field goal. Broken up by DeJuan Jones. And he stepped out of bounds. Northern Colorado basketball.
Well, Sam Houston's definitely has picked up their defensive intensity. On the other hand, Northern Colorado are a little careless with the basketball and their turnovers. Up to 9 now.
Spike, good look to Johnson. His 3 goes.
And that's what makes Spike so dangerous, because you get so concerned about him scoring. And he's unselfish. He did a real nice job recognizing he was not going to get a good shot. Kicked it right over to Johnson for the wide open 3.
And a foul whistled against Jalen Sanders. It looked like. No, they got Johnson instead. 14th foul. And the second on Anthony Johnson.
Johnson comes in off the bench, kind of gives some of that instant offense. Just a real physical player at 6'2", 190.
Scored his 1,000th point here in the CIT. Josh Delaney for three.
Delaney now with a couple of long bombs beyond the three-point line.
He is 3 for 4 from downtown, 9 points.
And you got to remember, this Sam Houston State team is without 3 players that played quality minutes, 2 starters. His spike pulls up again.
A two-pointer.
He just puts you in a bind because if you back off, he's going to shoot that long one, and he shoots a high percentage. I mean, at the shoot-around today, I was rebounding for him a little bit, and he was easily putting up there from 3-4 steps beyond the three-point line and making a real high percentage. But then when you come out to him to guard him, he's quick enough and can go by you enough. He's a good enough passer. It's going to create some other problems.
Talk about going by you. Dewey with the penetration and the dish to Galbraith, who has 15 points.
We talked about today at their shoot-around how Galbraith looked exhausted and Dewey did as well. They were working so hard. We thought maybe I have enough energy to play tonight. Spike hits another one.
Andre Spite is one of the best guards I've seen this year. He has 14 points. First team All-Big Sky. Newcomer of the year in the league. Transferred in from Arizona State. He has been terrific. His Bears up by 7. And that is a blocking foul against Sanders. 3:09 left in the first half. Count the basket for the Bearcats. They're down only 5 in the CIT semifinals. Best defender, 9.5 points a game. Also, Aubrey and Edwards and Albert Almanza.
Yeah, you're talking about 20 points a game that they've lost through injuries. But so you got to give them credit for the effort that the reserves have stepped up and getting some quality minutes. And everybody playing, they were down 12 in the second half at UTSA and could have easily just cashed in chips. But to their credit, showed a lot of pride. Dug deep, came out with a big win on the road.
Pressure working for the Bearcats. Down only 4. Jeff Linder's team has turned it over 10 times. They're shooting 71% and still have only a 4-point lead.
Well, you go to that turnover mark total there with 9, and then lack of defense maybe a little bit too.
Dewey playing with the 2 fouls off the Galbraith. Rebounded by Jonah Radabaugh, the sophomore. Spite. He wants that basketball. Not shy.
And look how they're giving him room just to maneuver. All of a sudden, out there on the island is Juwan Jones. Pretty good job contesting that shot. Again, you're not really going to stop him. You just want to make him take difficult shots with a hand in his face so he hopefully shoots a low percentage.
That's exactly what they did. And his foot was on the line, so it would have only been 2. Good defense by Juwan Jones. Bears started 10 for 10. Since then, just 5 for 12 from the field. Dewey looking to break down Davis. Finds himself alone, but an offensive foul. Pushed off.
We saw Johnson get called for that earlier when that forearm extends, especially the official right there in front. So just kind of extend that left arm.
That's his 3rd foul. That's a big call.
Big call.
Not a lot of contact there. Spite against the full court pressure, and Jones got him. That's his first.
That's his first personal foul.
Coming up on AT&T at the half, we'll have an all-access visit with Ohio State basketball and first half highlights and stats. Northern Colorado is 0 for 4 at the line collectively, make it 0 for 5. One of the reasons they have been unable to extend this lead. Spite is an 80% free throw shooter.
They're 15 for 22 from the line, and they have not made a free throw from the field, and they've not made a free throw from the line.
0 for 6. Jones, and a blocking foul again as Sanders tried to draw another charge, his second foul.
Well, you have the plane there, the verticality, but Sanders just quite didn't get in position yet. He was still moving sideways. You got to go straight up and down when you jump.
2 shots, number 4, DeJuan Jones.
DeJuan Jones hasn't been to the line much this year, just 4 out of 12. In fact, he's only played 14 games this season, but he has been pressed into duty because of the injuries that we talked about.
I will say this, though, in watching the team shoot today, I remember a lot of dunks taking place in the practice and the drills. I remember a lot of jump shots, three-point shots taking place. I don't remember anybody going to free throw and shooting any free throws. Either team, which may explain why they're shooting so poorly from the line.
That's a good point. There's Dewey sitting with the 3 fouls. And yet his team down only 3. 1:40 left in the first half. The lob for the jam! Davis throws it down. Andre Spite with the assist. Galbraith surveys, doubled. Williams 3. That's good.
Again, give Galbraith credit, being unselfish, not trying to hog the ball. Saw his teammate open, made the extra pass. Looks like he's kind of cramping out there on the floor, jumping up and down that left leg.
Spite. 16 points for Andre Spite. Timeout, Sam Houston State. Well, Kyle, it's time for tonight's assist of the game, brought to you by Water Mission.
Yeah, just a set play over the top. They knew what was coming. Did a real good job setting it up. Nice pass by Spite. And Jordan Davis with the 2-handed slam finisher. We'll be talking about that one tomorrow morning at the water cooler.
Back to live action with the Bears leading by 4. Inside a minute to go, first half. Delaney launches a long 3. Did not draw iron.
And David, you take a look behind the Sam Houston bench. Chris Galbraith is laying down there. They're stretching that left leg. It looked like he was getting some cramps in his calf. We talked about how hard he was sweating at shoot-around today.
Katie Ryan, the trainer for the Bearcats, trying to work out that issue. And Spite nearly an offensive foul. He pushed off. And it's a turnover. Sam Houston State will have it with 34 and change on the ticker. High-scoring, entertaining first half. 11th turnover for the Bears.
I gotta believe if you're Jason Hooten, though, and you go into halftime, if you make a shot there, or even down 4, if your opponent's shooting 70% from the field, and you're only down 4 at half, you gotta feel pretty good.
I would think so. 15 seconds. 8 on the shot clock. And a foul from behind on Radabaugh as Boutte got hammered. First foul.
Number 12.
Boutte really didn't have a choice, had to catch that. It was going to hit him in the face if he hadn't. Kind of surprised him. Boutte at the line, a 67.9% free throw shooter on the season. He's 1 of 3 from the field today. Those 2 points.
Played at Dodge City Community College for Kyle Campbell, who's now an assistant on Jason Hooten's staff at Sam Houston. The free throw shooting woes continue for both teams. The old man of the group, 26 years old. Makes 1 out of 2. If you've heard of Sam Houston State, it's because they've been around. They've been to the NCAA tournament twice. They've been to the CIT 4 times. Perennially good in baseball and football also. Davis. Josh Delaney, 75-footer won't go, and that will do it. That's what I would.
That's one school of thought. The other is just to continue to work him and try to wear him down. So late in the game, those shots will be a little bit short. Get into him and again try to make him take some difficult shots and make hard shots.
Davis on the kick. Radaball's three. That's good.
Radaball's been the player though who's really stepped up for the Bears. You said Davis with only 5 points when he's averaging almost 16.
Radaball has drained 3 threes, 9 points. Galbraith and 1.
Real simple play that time by the Bearcats, the old give and go. Basic basketball. You make the pass, you cut to the basket, you get it back. And Galbraith showing that body control, able to finish.
Third foul on Sanders.
Sanders made a mistake kind of swaying his arms. If he jumped straight up and down with the arms straight up in the air, probably won't get that call, but because he tried to swat the ball and block it, puts Galbraith at the line.
Completes the old school three-point play. Sam Houston State this year just +1 in the first half. They are a second half team, obviously, +121.
They make those adjustments at halftime. Coaching staff does a real good job both offensively and defensively, and then they kind of turn it on. That's been their key.
Cameron Delaney, the junior from Parker Heights, Texas, knocking it down.
There you see that defense transitioning to offense, coming up with the steal, then easy pull-up.
Sanders off to Radaball. Spike sizes him up, a deep one. Cam Delaney, one of 3 siblings for the Bearcats that play basketball for the Orange and Black. And it'll go out of bounds to the Bears. Obviously his brother Josh on the men's basketball team, their sister Angela on the women's basketball team for Sam Houston State.
I think they had some good one-on-one battles back home.
Token pressure, broken by Spite. Davis can't connect, rebounded by Josh Delaney.
Bearcats aren't a real big team, but they do a really good job of rebounding, both offensively and defensively.
Dewey just kind of throwing it up off the glass.
Yeah, I think that was a pass. It almost went in. He's trying to hit Boutte down in the low post.
Morgan was open. Sanders can't connect, and the Bearcats have had the edge on the backboards.
And Galbraith comes up kind of wincing.
We'll see if the workload down the stretch of this season and the altitude here in northern Colorado affects him in the second half. Galbraith, I don't think so.
Right now doesn't seem to be bothered.
Drains it. First lead for Sam Houston State. They were down 11 in the first half. Davis, no. Here's Dewey. Cam Delaney. And rebounded by Spite. Sam Houston State did this in the quarterfinals of the CIT. They were down 9 at the half, 12 overall. Spite drains it from 3.
A pretty good job defensively, but Spite just too good. He kind of gets you shaking back and forth, that rocks you to sleep almost in that pull-up jumper.
19 for Spite. He's gone over 37 times this year. Galbraith. Grabbed by Radaball. Spite again. Feeling it. 22.
I mean, he's a scoring machine. He's fun to watch. Sam Houston seems to have made the adjustment at halftime. They're trying to play a little bit faster offensively. And now we see the tempo of the game has kind of picked up because you know Northern Colorado wants to run.
Spite's career high is 41. It seems like he's going for that tonight. Rejected. Boutte turned away. It looked like Morgan. Radabah, 4-3.
And again, a super unselfish play by Spite. He just hit a couple back-to-back. Could have easily jacked the third one, but being unselfish just made that easy.
Spite having a huge game as usual. That's his average, 22 points. He has 22 tonight. He also has 4 assists in this ball game, assisted on that Radabah 3. Dewey, a shot put shot. Cam Delaney. Offensive glass, as usual, for the Bearcats. Bitondo follows it up. 13-0, second chance points. That's keeping Sam Houston State in this game here in Greeley. This season, the Liberty Flames are playing to make a difference. Insider.com.
It's been a fun run watching that team play. Just everybody playing together, playing for each other, not worrying about who's getting the glory or the points. You know, bottom line, trying to win ball games. Made some big shots late in some games. Since 1963 when they won their last national championship.
Taking on Michigan in the Final Four in San Antonio. Northern Colorado cannot make a free throw tonight. They are 0 for 7. Davis misses. He'll have a chance to shoot some free throws.
Yeah, you know, we saw Jordan Davis miss that layup, but we saw him miss one earlier where he was almost too open. But believe me, he can finish. I don't know if we've got it racked up or not, but there was a play earlier this year where he drove down the lane and just threw one. I think it may have been like the highest rated finish in the entire season of college basketball. We'll see if we can get that for you.
We will. Davis hits his free throw, the aforementioned jam.
This is how you go to the basket strong, right here.
Wow. Want to be on a poster? That was against Montana. Jordan Davis in your living room.
My goodness.
He is quite a player. 3-year starter, all-around guard for this team. Makes 1 out of 2. 56-48. Bears on top. 15.5 minutes left in the CIT semifinal. The winner will take on Illinois Chicago in the championship game Friday night at 7 Eastern here on CBS Sports Network.
The Bears' own home crowd kind of cheering for him. They finally made a free throw there.
Broken up by Radabah, and he cannot save it. Radabah, Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Sky last year, the best defensive player in general on this Bear team.
Yeah, he's got some good skill set. The fact that he's pretty quick, he's long. He has a good job of fighting through screens, over the top of screens, contest outside shots.
There he is with another steal. He's got a man. Finds him for the jam. Kai Edwards. Talk about Big Sky. Getting up.
Yeah. Real good 2-on-1 fast break. There you see a 13-2 run the last 2 minutes and 7 seconds. After going down 1, they just flipped that switch, changed the whole game. Oh.
And a foul away from the ball against Bitondo.
Ball. Just a heads-up play. Didn't try to force the shot. Knew he had teammates trailing the play. Easy pass for the two-handed slam.
So Northern Colorado was up 11 at one point in the first half, up 3 at the half, fell behind here in the second half. And now Spite has been terrific. Open shooters all over. He'll take it himself with the offhand.
He's a handful. I mean, you come out to guard him on the perimeter, he's going by you.
He has scored 17 of his team's last 24 points.
You just take a look. See, kind of the old swivel hips, shaking, moves it to the left hand, never brings it back to the right. Able to finish.
He's going to have a long pro career someplace, either overseas or G League.
He'll get a look here, I'm pretty sure. A guy that can score like that. And the thing you like about him, he likes playing. It's not one of those guys like you have to beg him to get out there and play. He's first one out there in the gym, probably the last one staying after practice.
Spite has 24 tonight, 5 shy of 1,000 for his career.
And again, it's not like he just scores. I mean, he leads the team in assists. You're right up there in the top towards assists.
Josh Delaney knocking down his free throws. Makes it a 10-point game as DeJuan Jones returns. He will play with Williams up front as Josh Delaney sits. Galbraith, Dewey, and Batondo, the other Bearcats in there. Anthony Johnson in for Northern Colorado, their scorer off the bench. So this guy is the scorer, spiked, rebounded by Galbraith.
Sam Houston put Jamal Williams on him that time, trying to get that extra length at 6'5" to see if that'll bother him.
Northern Colorado on a 15-4 run, a reach-in foul on Spike.
Spike thought it was pretty clean, and it looked pretty clean. Kind of picks his pocket, but the official made the call. You see here, just reaching in. Not a lot of contact on the player, not a lot of ball.
Indeed. 6 minutes gone by in the second half. Jones running the point here as Dewey plays off the ball a bit. Double teamed. Dewey for 3 and rebounded by Davis.
Shot clock had gotten down to 2 or 3. I thought we might have our first violation.
Davis with a jam.
Jordan Davis, 6'2", 185, and goes up off the one bounce with a two-handed slam like it's nothing. Talk about athletic.
Bears have their largest lead, a 17-4 run. The leaner goes, falling down, Batondo. Northern Colorado, 24 wins. Johnson's three is good. Are these guys serious? 13 three-pointers tonight on 22 attempts.
Well, the Bears, they put you to sleep there. Spite out top just rocking back and forth, and while that's happening, the forward comes up, sets the back screen for Johnson. He slips to the corner for the wide-open three.
20 to conference.
Then Spite gets 5 more points. I believe he'll pass into the 1,000-point club as well. Third player on this team that would be in the 1,000-point club.
He will. And he has 816 of those points this year. Second most ever in a single season in the Big Sky Conference. He's been that kind of player this year for Jeff Linder, and a foul as Dewey drives. Vlada got him, his second.
Congratulate UIC for their victory on the road. It's tough to go down to Liberty and come away with a win. Able to pull it off.
Bucket and the foul for Jamal Williams, who's played well tonight. He has 10 points. Foul on Johnson. That's his third. Sanders also has 3 for Northern Colorado. Galbraith and Dewey, the two best players for Sam Houston, have 3 fouls also. As Cam Delaney re-enters, replacing Batondo.
You have to remember Sam Houston, just a mixed match lineup because of the 3 players that have been injured, unable to perform, but to their credit, they're battling.
Williams completes a 3-point play. Bearcats not done yet. Lead is down to 10. Morgan, the veteran, off to Radabaugh. Strong drive, but rebounded by Williams. Now the lob it into Galbraith, a turnover, a rare turnover in this game.
Yeah, Cameron Delaney just made a bad pass. It was not a good angle to feed the post. Needs to take another dribble or two down towards the baseline, and then that'll open up that passing lane. Just tried to throw it over the top to right out of bounds. Good to see Williams on spike trying to just that extra 2 or 3 inches, see if that throws him off a little bit.
Pass to Morgan, and he's fouled, and it's Galbraith, and that is his 4th. Huge foul against the leading scorer for the Bearcats. Back with more of the CIT.
Obviously.
Sky going to take a little rest here. Glada is in. Glada on the drive, a crazy drive at that, and rebounded by Williams.
Question now for the Bearcats with Galbraith on the bench in foul trouble. Who's going to put some points on the board to cut into this lead?
UNC fouls on number 13.
Foul on Glada. That is his 3rd.
7th team foul.
And a 1-and-1 forthcoming for Josh Delaney, who has 11 points tonight. Davis back in, replacing Glada.
At the line for the 1-and-1 number 15, Josh.
Sam Houston State has won 20 or more games, 4 of the last 5 years. And Delaney misses the front end.
Yeah, you know, the number of wins they have over that 5-year period puts them in some pretty good company. Teams like Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Florida State, Providence at 111, Syracuse. So they're 110 wins right up there.
Davis into double figures as he hits on the leaner.
And that's the problem you get when you're in a mid-major with only one representative from your conference playing in the NCAA tournament. You may have a great year, but if you have one little stretch in conference tournament play, it's all for naught.
Ball from Johnson on the break.
And so that's what makes this CIT so great for these teams. They still get that postseason play. And we've seen it as a springboard year in, year out for teams to do a good job in this tournament. The following year, going on the NCAA tournament, having a good run.
Absolutely. Largest lead for the Bears. Dewey pulls his way in, 4-2. Out of New York City and played collegiately at Blinn College before transferring into Sam Houston State. Johnson gets the roll on the soft rim. Anthony Johnson, the redshirt senior, knocking it down. Quickly, back the other way, it's Williams.
You know, it looked like for a second there, everybody for Northern Colorado kind of stopped, like they heard a whistle. I don't know if it was just the shoes squeaking or what, but everybody kind of stopped, looked around. Got the Bearcats to score.
Northern is shooting 61% from downtown, 14 out of 23. That's a big story. The other is that they've only turned it over once in the second half after 11 in the first half.
Doing a much better job this second half, and that's really what kept Sam Houston in the game that first half, because Northern was turning the ball over so many times.
Jones injured. Looked like he may have banged his knee. So they will go with Dewey, Josh Delaney, Cam Delaney, Galbraith back in, and Jamal Williams.
A little risky now with Galbraith in the game with those 4 fouls.
That's do or die time. Can't let the game get away. Further, Bears have their biggest lead. Cam Delaney off the mark, but Galbraith is there and he is fouled. The senior will be shooting 2.
Did a really good job that time of grabbing the ball with 2 hands. Didn't bring it down when he caught it. Went right back up. And so there was no chance of being a foul called on him. Watch as you see. Going up for the missed shot. 2 hands in the air. Keeps it right up. Bounces right back up. Gets it on the glass.
Stays away from his 5th foul. Galbraith, 67% free throw shooter. He's gone for 33 this year at Houston Baptist, 25 against Southeastern Louisiana. 1 out of 2. He has 19 points. 2-pointers tonight and 3-pointers tonight for Northern Colorado. Overall shooting 64% from the field.
Sam Houston in a little 2-3 zone, something they don't normally play, don't ever practice, Coach said. But because Northern Colorado's lighting it up, they got to try something different.
foul on Dewey. That is his fourth. And by the way, the Bears are doing this against the best defensive team from the Southland Conference. They were first in scoring defense, first in three-point defense, second in field goal percentage defense in a good league this year, the deepest that league has been in some time.
It was a real good league. The top teams really didn't extend away from everybody, but the bottom teams did pick it up so that every time you took the floor, if you didn't bring your A game, you had a chance to get B, where some years in the past, maybe those bottom teams struggled a little bit. So it kind of compressed the entire league, made it top to bottom that much tougher.
Stephen F. Austin, always great from the Southland. And it looks like the Bearcats will be shooting 3 free throws.
At the line for
Coach Linder
number 15.
He's gone with a steady lineup this year. Team has had pretty good chemistry, pretty good health, and it's going to add up to 25 victories if they can hold on here tonight. As Josh Delaney hits the first. One more coming after that.
They'll tie the school record number of wins at 25. If they would win the championship then on Friday, set a new record, hang a banner in the arena.
He said, listen, no Big Sky team has ever won a postseason tournament. We want to do it. We want to be the first.
They keep shooting the ball like they are tonight, they'll have a good chance.
Radabaugh finds a shooter in Johnson. Dewey running the show. Galbraith showing off the moves, hits it, and he's fouled.
That's a good call. He got bumped on the shot there when he went off to take the shot. This guy's 6'7", 210, handled the ball, showing his handles, a little through the legs, a little spin move, gathers himself. Radabaugh a little bit too physical on that shot.
Third foul on Radabaugh.
You can recognize him as a smaller player on Galbraith at 6'7", Radabaugh only 6'2". Took him right to the lane, shot right over it.
Sam Houston had a 17-2 run at Texas San Antonio in the quarterfinals here in the CIT to come back and win that game. And they were down 15, but now it's just 9 with 8:24 left. The lob broken up by Galbraith. Josh Delaney.
Man, had a wide open look, just nailed it on the rim.
Tried the lob 2 times in a row, and it's broken up.
Good pass.
Galbraith again. He has 24.
I tell you, this Bearcat team, they're not going to quit. I mean, that's just the pride they have. You see a 7-0 run the last 118. He's got 8 rebounds as well. He's doing everything he can. He's got 4 fouls. Got to be careful. Can't pick up that 5th. But Sam Houston now cut it back to a 7-point lead.
He looks exhausted, but he's really been gritty in this game. His team down only 7, down 15 moments ago. Spite. What a big basket for Northern Colorado. He has 27 points. They were on the ropes. Right out of the timeout. That one was a little flat.
Pretty good job by Sanders that time, too, contesting that shot.
Neither team likes to run clock, but you would think the Bears will do it selectively here. Spite. Yes, indeed. Owning it right now. He has 29 points.
And Spite made the recognition right away that Dewey had been switched back to him guarding it, the little shorter guard instead of Williams at 6'5", trying to take advantage of it.
That was the 1,000th point of Spite's career. Davis is bumped. Just the 6th on the Bearcats.
The hesitation move there, swing it over, cross. He's got a little bit of everything.
From Burbank, California, the home of television, and he is made for television, this guy. 1,000th career point on that fancy layup. Here he is again. He's been averaging about 15 shots a game coming down the stretch, and he's 12 for 19 from the floor in this game.
UNC fouls on number 0, Jordan Davis. That's his third personal.
Third foul on Davis.
At the line for 2 shots.
Fight has been the story.
15, Josh.
At 26 in the quarters, and has 29 here in the semis of the CIT. As Josh Delaney hits his first free throw. Delaney's had a nice game with 14 points.
Despite start off 21 the first game, then 26 in the quarterfinal. Now looking like he's closing in on 30 for this semifinal.
Both teams now in the bonus. 6.5 minutes left. Davis is fouled first before the shot. Outside the lane. Williams got him. That's his second.
17th foul on the Bearcats.
1-1 here for Jordan Davis.
And Sam Houston, again, you kind of feel for them because they're giving everything they have, but they're so limited with the 3 players out to injury that they kind of get up the courage and make a run, and then Northern Colorado responds, and it kind of zaps their energy. They got to regroup again and try to make another run here.
Missed the front end. First free throw missed in the second half by the Bears. Galbraith dumps it off to Williams.
Oh,
got to finish that.
Twice, Galbraith has made some real nice passes down to Williams, just unable to put it in the basket.
Davis like a ball carrier.
And again, good recognition on Galbraith has 4 fouls. He can't foul him, so he just goes strong to the basket.
Dewey rejected.
A little defense on top of the offense.
Spite had the block. And now he'll pull it out for a 3. And Morgan came over the top with a foul.
The crowd doesn't agree with it, but I think he may have used that offhand to kind of clear the defender out of the way before he grabbed that ball.
His second foul. Redshirt senior from Salem, Oregon. Had a career high 19 against Drake earlier in this tournament. Cam Delaney. One more coming. Spite takes a rest as Anthony Johnson returns for Northern Colorado. Delaney makes 1 out of 2. This was just his 4th career start, primarily a bench guy throughout his career. And now Davis will work some clock. They've gone over 80, and when UNC scores over 80 at home this year, they're 12-0. Davis, and 1. Chance for a 3-point play.
And Galbraith picks up his fifth, tried to do everything he could to get out of the way. As you take a look, you see Galbraith way out there at the top of the key. Not a lot of contact. Davis may have initiated, but showing the muscle there, finishing with strength.
A little bit of a slow start as Galbraith shaken up. Committed his 5th foul on that play, and he is fouled out, and his college career may be over if his team cannot manage a Herculean comeback here. What a performance tonight. 24 points, 8 rebounds. He led this team this year, and he is spent.
Yeah, I mean, he's left. You talk about leaving it all out there on the floor. You hear that saying, but I mean, that's the guy that did it night in and night out for the Bearcats. I mean, at times they just would jump on his back and he'd carry him.
not ready to be done. But things looking bleak. Josh Delaney to Williams, and one, fouled by Morgan, his third.
Northern not really playing that smart, committing a lot of fouls at the defensive end. When right now you've got the lead at 12. You want that clock to run. Instead, you put them on the line, clock stop, add to their point total.
Nervous moments for a coach. Williams cannot connect, the 65% shooter. Sam Houston just 64% collectively at the line tonight. That doesn't help. Sanders to Morgan for the flush.
Again, just opening up the floor, playing a little one-on-one when the defense comes to help. Find the open man. That time they did it perfection.
Long three for Jones goes. Jones with just his third three-pointer this year. Came at a big time.
Yeah, well, we told you it wasn't going to be a game where it's kind of a grinded out, low scoring, low 50s, high 40 type of game, and it's exactly what we expected. Now, how do you defend the Bears? If I'm coaching against you, I'm going to take a look at maybe taking a player off of Davis and just pack him in the middle and then extend out into Spite and try to make him put the ball on the ground. Then you've got that helper right there. But again, Spite's so dynamic a scorer. Again, you're not going to stop him. You're just going to try to limit the amount of looks and make his shots different shots.
Third foul on Jones. Davis going to the line. Should be a one-on-one here for Jordan Davis, who's 3 for 6 at the stripe. Morgan sits, and UNC is going to go with Johnson, Davis, Spite, Sanders, and Roundabout.
Davis 120 out of 191 from the free throw line coming into tonight's game, and only shooting 62%. So that's something in the offseason the coaches be talking to him. As a junior, you got to spend time on that line. You shoot a higher percentage, and just think how that's not only going to help your average, but the team as well. Where you see the brackets.
Championship game Friday night here on CBS Sports Network, 7 o'clock Eastern time. We will let you know where when we know. Davis hits the free throw. Knocked them both down, 88-75 Bears. Josh Delaney misses. Cleared by Sanders.
Delaney's made some real good drives to the basket. Sometimes just can't finish.
Spite is bumped near the line. It's on Dewey, and that's his fifth. The second Bearcat to foul out tonight. Dewey will have one more year. He is a junior for this team. He'll be the top returning scorer for Jason Hooten.
Yeah, not his best game. He's averaging about 10 a game, only had 5 tonight, got in that early foul trouble. Anytime that happens, it kind of gets you out of the rhythm of the game. But to his credit, just kept battling and did what he could do to help the cause.
Had 3 assists, had 6 rebounds tonight, but just couldn't score it.
I like the toughness, though, he brings to this team. The city kid from the Bronx, New York, likes the challenge of trying to guard the best defender.
Agreed. So now an 8-man team as their 2 best players foul out, and desperate times for Sam Houston. And a technical has been called against the Bearcats as well, against Cam Delaney. And they put Spite on the line for the technical free throws. First one went down. And now Spite will shoot his regular free throws. He was bumped before a shot. Green light, Spite. He's been great tonight.
And it takes a special coach that's willing to allow a player to that freedom to take some of the shots he takes. But, you look at his percentages and his ability to put the ball in the basket. You'd really be silly to kind of hinder him and say you can't take those shots because he knows how to score.
8th time this year he has gone over 30 points. He has 31 right now. make it 32 for the senior, and largest lead for Northern Colorado. They're pulling away, up by 16, just over 4 minutes to go. Jones misses. Spike trying to drive through 5 black jerseys, literally. Finally dumps it off to Davis. The no look. And they're out of bounds. Bears ball. 3:40 left. Northern Colorado looking impressive here tonight at home in the CIT. 2s and 3s pretty balanced. We talked with Jeff Linder this week and then again today, and he said, listen, we want to shoot more 3s than our opponent. That is the main goal. They're the best in the country in terms of limiting 3-point attempts by their opponent. 15 3-point attempts by Sam Houston State tonight, 27 by his team, hence their lead. Spike. Not that time. Rebounded by Williams.
Now concerned with 3:12 on the board, do you maybe take Spite out, make sure nothing happens, doesn't roll an ankle late so he can't play in the final. Not to be thinking negative, but just as a coach, you always got to be looking out for those things.
I like that. And a foul on the offensive rebound against the Bears. Against Sanders. It's his fourth. Two players have fouled out for Sam Houston. Dewey with 5 points. Galbraith with 24. Big night for Galbraith, but he can do nothing but sit and watch now. 1 out of 2 at the line for Bubba Furlong, a 6'9" freshman from Waco, Texas.
Yeah, good-looking freshman. Just got to get in the weight room and take it a little more serious, be physical out there, commit to being a better basketball player. He's got some good skills.
Davis does not get the roll. Furlong grabs the rebound. Going inside to the big fella.
Nice job. Read the defense was high side, so he went baseline. Moved it over the left hand, able to finish.
Spite. No problem. 34 points. A dominating performance tonight for the redshirt senior from Burbank, Andre Spite. It's his resume tape. Williams, yes.
Williams giving a good effort tonight, too, for the Bearcats. Coming in off the bench, supplying some energy.
17 points, 4 boards. Spite, a deep one. That's good!
He saw the double team coming, so he just quickly took a step back further and shot it.
A standing O from some of the Bears fans here in Greeley. What a performance. 37 points, his 6th 3 of the ball game. Now 5 shy of his career high. He's still in the game with a minute to go.
Picks up his second block there defensively.
See if they get the century mark. Crowd stands in unison to honor this team. Spite. Again! 40 points! His 7-3, and that was from the logo. Josh Delaney. And stolen by Davis. Here comes showtime. Couldn't connect on the windmill. Couple big ones by Spite to pull away.
Yeah, some long threes here laid by Andre Spite. Just a little step back there and kind of gets that shake side to side, get the rhythm. Nothing in net.
I'd say that it's unbelievable, but he's done it all season. Went over 1,000 for his career tonight. 40 points as he finally earns a rest with 10 seconds left. Williams. And that will do it. Rebounded by Tyler Luce. 99